As Elon Musk said in early 2025, this is not only a revolution in vehicle design, it is a revolution in how vehicles are built. He is right, but there is a missing part of the story. You have been driving the same car for 12, maybe 15 years. Every time you settle into the seat, your lower back tells you time has moved on. Fuel is around $4.50 a gallon. Last month, your mechanic handed you a $1,400 bill you did not plan for. Your kids keep saying, "Dad, get something newer, get something safer." Meanwhile, dealerships want $35,000, $40,000, even $50,000 for a car that can lose a massive chunk of its value within 3 years. And electric cars, too expensive, too complicated, not built for everyday working people until now. It is 2026. You are behind the wheel of a brand new Tesla. It is quicker than anything you have driven. It is built to be safer than most cars on the road. Maintenance is minimal because so many traditional failure points are gone, and the number that makes people stop and stare is the price, $12,749 after incentives. This is the Tesla Model 2. Over the next 14 minutes, I will break down why this could be the first vehicle in decades that feels designed for people who work hard, handle real life, and deserve more than the same overpriced options. I will show you how it targets 7 problems: the upfront cost, real-world driving range, getting in and out without back pain, usable space for what you actually carry, brutal repair bills, battery replacement anxiety, and the biggest question of all, whether that price is actually real. Let us get into it. Size and space that fits American life. The Model 2 comes in at about 13.8 feet long and 5.6 feet wide. That makes it roughly 10% shorter and 8% narrower than a Model 3. In practical terms, it is the difference between squeezing into a tight space and parking like it was built for the real world. In states like California, Florida, and Arizona, the vast majority of parallel spots can fit a car this size without the usual stress. That means fewer laps around the block in places like San Diego or Scottsdale, and more time actually getting where you need to go. The turning radius is just 34.2 feet, and that changes daily driving more than people expect. U-turns in cul-de-sacs become simple. Tight parking lots feel manageable. Navigating a busy Costco run does not require constant corrections, and you do not need awkward three-point turns just to swing into a pharmacy lane. The narrower width also helps in modern parking garages where the painted lines seem to shrink every year. You can pull in with space on both sides instead of holding your breath while opening the door and praying you do not tap the car next to you. Now let us talk about what you can actually carry. With the rear seats up, you get about 18.5 cubic feet of cargo space. That is enough for 4 golf bags plus 2 28-inch suitcases, or a wheelchair along with a full week of warehouse, store groceries. If you have a dog, a large one like a golden retriever can sit comfortably once the seats are folded. Fold the 60/40 rear bench flat, and the cargo area expands to about 41 cubic feet, giving you room for weekend camping gear, your grandkids' sports equipment, or even a comfortable rest-stop setup when you are waiting for a game to start. There is also a 3.1 cubic foot front trunk, which is more useful than it sounds. It keeps essentials separate. Your medication bag, a small cooler, charging cables, and emergency supplies can stay up front instead of sliding around in the main cargo area. And because the floor is completely flat, you do not get the typical compromises of a gas car. There is no transmission tunnel, no exhaust routing, no awkward hump that steals space. When you fold the seats down, you get a genuinely flat loading surface, which makes loading and packing easier and makes every inch of the cabin and cargo area feel intentional. Range, battery, and charging the end of range anxiety. The Model 2 is powered by a 50 to 53 kilowatt-hour sodium-ion battery. There is no lithium and no cobalt involved. which is a major reason Tesla can control costs without sacrificing capability. This chemistry is built for longevity and affordability, not luxury branding. In real highway conditions, the range lands between 355 and 370 miles at a steady 70 miles per hour. These figures come from EPA 2025 cycle testing, the same standard used to rate fuel economy in gas vehicles. To put that into real-world context, a single charge can take you from Phoenix to San Diego without stopping. A drive from Tampa to Miami uses only part of the battery, leaving roughly 75 miles of range unused. You could travel from Sacramento to Los Angeles and still have enough charge left to drive around the city once you arrive. This is not a laboratory scenario. This is freeway driving with air conditioning on, music playing, and normal traffic speeds. For Americans over 60, nearly 3/4 of daily trips are under 35 miles. That means most owners would charge once a week, or twice at most with heavier use. Now look at the cost difference. At $4.50 per gallon, many drivers are spending $60 to $70 every week on fuel. Charging the Model 2 at home overnight on a 240-volt outlet costs roughly $8 to $11 per week. Tesla backs the battery and drivetrain with a 12-year or 200,000-mile warranty. When the time finally comes, battery replacement after 12 to 15 years is estimated between $3,200 and $3,800. That is significantly less than replacing a modern gas engine and transmission, which often runs between $5,500 and $7,000 today. Fast charging is equally practical. At a V4 supercharger, the Model 2 can go from 10% to 80% in about 18 to 19 minutes. That is enough time for a restroom break, a coffee, and a short walk. What matters just as much is where these chargers are located. Most supercharger stations sit next to clean restrooms, cafes, and restaurants in well-lit, secure areas. This is not a rundown gas station with broken pumps. You pull in, plug in, step out for a coffee, and you are ready to continue before the break feels long. There are now more than 2,100 supercharger locations across the United States, and on major highways, you are rarely more than 30 miles from fast charging. Range anxiety stops being a theory and starts becoming a non-issue when the infrastructure is already built around how people actually travel. Butterfly doors, not a gimmick, a back. Savor the Model 2 introduces butterfly doors that are designed to reduce daily strain on your spine, knees, and hips. Traditional car doors swing outward at the same height every time. On vehicles like the Model Y, the door sill sits about 13.8 inches off the ground. On larger vehicles, it can reach over 16 inches. To get inside, you bend down, twist your torso, and duck your head, often by 15 to 19 inches. That twisting motion places heavy stress on the lower back. For the majority of Americans over 65 who live with arthritis, that movement causes pain every single time they enter or exit a vehicle. Now think about how often that happens. 2 trips for basic errands, 4 trips on a day with appointments, 6 or more on a busy day around town. That is 6 separate moments where your body reminds you that something simple has become difficult. Multiply that by a full year, and you are dealing with more than 2,000 painful movements annually. Most people are told this is just part of getting older, and that is a terrible standard to accept. The Model 2 approaches the problem differently. Its doors open upward using a dual hinge system that reaches a full 90 degrees. The door sill sits just 6.7 inches off the ground, which is roughly 50% lower than the Model Y. You step in with your lead foot, keep your back upright, and lower yourself into the seat naturally. There is no twisting, no bending forward, and no awkward stooping. Orthopedic specialists have confirmed that this design can reduce rotational force on the lumbar spine by about 70%. That difference shows up in your mornings when you no longer reach for a heating pad before leaving the house. The system is also smart and controlled. Sensors in the roof rail scan overhead and side clearance within 12 inches. In garages with low ceilings, hanging lights, or carports, the doors automatically adjust their opening height. The motion is smooth and quick, opening in roughly 1.25 to 1.5 seconds. A soft, close motor handles the final movement, protecting the seals, reducing wind noise, and eliminating the need to pull hard with your shoulder. If the 12-volt system ever fails, or if the car is standing in water, the doors can still be opened manually from the inside with about 15 pounds of force. Independent safety testing has validated the design. There is also a structural benefit. Roof-mounted locking points connect directly into the side frame, increasing lateral stiffness by about 12% during a side-impact collision. The structure holds its shape better, which improves protection for both the driver and passengers. There is another advantage that rarely gets mentioned: tight parking spaces. Everyone knows the situation. You park between two oversized vehicles, and suddenly your door barely opens. You try to squeeze sideways through a narrow gap, bang your knee, scrape your jacket, and hope nobody is watching. With butterfly doors, you only need about 11 inches of side clearance. That is all. Crowded grocery store lots, packed warehouse parking on weekends, or garages with concrete pillars close to your door all become manageable. You open the door upward, step out normally, and move on. The person next to you in a traditional sedan is still struggling to get out. What this really protects is independence. A close friend of mine is 68. Years of construction work left him with a herniated disc. Recently, he told me he is considering giving up driving because climbing in and out of his truck has become too painful. His family wants him to rely on rides instead. That is not right. Someone who spent decades building his community should not lose independence because car designs never evolved. The Model 2 butterfly doors change that equation. They allow people like him to keep driving. They allow you to keep driving. They help preserve mobility, confidence, and control over daily life for many more years. Drop a comment below. What year is your current car, and what part of getting in or out causes you the most discomfort? Let us talk about it. Durability and lifetime cost built to last 20 years. The Model 2 is built using Tesla's new unboxed manufacturing process, officially approved in September 2025. Instead of assembling a vehicle piece by piece in a long linear line, major sections are produced at the same time and then bonded together. Tesla uses an aerospace-grade structural adhesive derived from SpaceX applications. Traditional vehicles rely on roughly 500 to 5,000 bolts and welds. The Model 2 uses about 450 total connection points. That single change removes nearly 95% of the weak spots that cause panel gaps, vibrations, squeaks, and long-term frame distortion. The adhesive itself is rated to withstand over 20 pounds per square inch. That is comparable to the pressure of a 5-ton elephant standing on a postage stamp. The frame is bonded, not welded, which eliminates heat-affected zones where corrosion typically begins. In coastal regions and snow belt states where road salt is common, testing shows the frame retaining about 95% structural integrity after 15 years and 300,000 miles. By comparison, many traditional frames begin developing rust and stress cracks within 3 to 5 years, sending owners back to repair shops for unplanned $800 to $1,200 fixes. Over time, those differences add up. The Model 2 is estimated to save between $1,500 and $1,800 per year in maintenance-related costs. Across 10 years, that becomes $15,000 to $18,000. That money is no longer disappearing into repairs. It stays available for travel, family, education, or simply peace of mind. Now look at the full 10-year ownership picture. The Model 2 purchase price comes in at $12,749. Electricity for 120,000 miles totals about $3,600. Maintenance costs are estimated at $580. Insurance averages around $9,500. The total comes to roughly $26,429 over a decade. Compare that to a typical gas-powered compact sedan. The purchase price averages $24,000. Fuel costs reach about $18,000. Maintenance adds another $4,200. Insurance runs close to $9,800. The total approaches $56,000, and that does not include major failures like engine or transmission repairs, which can add another $3,000 to $6,000. The difference between the two is nearly $30,000 over 10 years. That number matters. $30,000 can represent a full year of comfortable retirement living. It can help a daughter with a down payment on her first home. It can fund annual family trips for years. More than anything, it represents financial stability. It means you are no longer one mechanical failure away from a serious setback. There is also something harder to quantify: peace of mind. When was the last time you drove without wondering if something might break today? With the Model 2, that constant background anxiety fades. There is no oil to change, no transmission waiting to fail, and no timing belt destined to snap at 90,000 miles. Depreciation tells the same story. Most vehicles lose 50 to 60% of their value within 5 years. Some electric models retain even less, with examples holding closer to 38%. Based on Tesla's historical performance and the durability of the unboxed frame, the Model 2 is projected to retain roughly 82 to 85% of its value after 5 years. That translates to an additional $4,000 to $6,000 in your pocket when it comes time to trade in or sell. This is not just about a lower price. It is about building a car that lasts longer, costs less to own, and removes the constant financial pressure that comes with traditional vehicles. This is not a car built for teenagers racing from one stoplight to the next. It is not designed for tech enthusiasts chasing the newest screen or the latest gadget. This is the first Tesla that feels intentionally built for people like us. People who spent 30, 40, even 50 years showing up, doing the work, paying the bills, and raising families without expecting shortcuts or handouts. It is for those who want a new vehicle without draining retirement savings. It is for those who want to get in and out of a car without their lower back reminding them that they are no longer 35. It is for those who would rather pass something meaningful to their children and grandchildren than leave behind a trail of unpaid repair bills and financial stress. For $12,749, you get more than 360 miles of real-world range, a design that reduces daily physical strain, and ownership costs that stay remarkably low for years. Maintenance stays minimal, reliability stays high, and the focus stays where it should be, on making life easier, not more complicated. If you are over 55 and this makes sense to you, tap the thumbs up below. Share this with the friend still driving a 15-year-old sedan who insists electric cars are just a trend. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because when reservations open in the first quarter of 2026, I will give you 24 hours of advance notice to secure this price before tens of thousands of others move first. Next week, we are breaking down the autonomous driving system in the Model 2 and why it may be the safest technology on the road, especially for drivers whose night vision is not what it used to be. You will not want to miss it. I will see you then.